So I'm John McCallig, and I'm a lecturer in the accounting subject area in the UCD Michael Smurfit Graduate School of Business. I'm also the director of the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management. I've been here for about 30 years, and I lecture things nowadays like machine learning and AI in accounting. Laura is joining us today from the Smurfit admissions team, as Amanda said. So she's going to introduce herself, and then we'll get on with the webinar.
Thanks, John. Hi, everybody. My name is Laura. I'm one of the admissions managers at the school. So you're very welcome to our webinar today. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, do make sure to pop them into the Q&A and we'll be happy to help. And any questions at all regarding admissions or the programmes, and we'll answer them at the end of this presentation. So thank you, John. I'll hand back to you.
Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen now, if I can get Zoom to cooperate with me. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so as I said, this presentation is about the Master of Accounting and the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management, and I'll cover both of these programs in this webinar. So these programs are run by the UCD Accountancy subject area that has kind of full-time academics of about 10 and a number of adjunct faculty as well. The director of the MAC program is Dr. Sean O'Reilly. And if you're applying for that program, you can email him. If I'm the director of the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management. So, an accounting qualification. What is an accounting qualification going to get you? How is it going to help you? Well, it expands your career options. There are jobs that really are not accessible to you if you don't have an accounting qualification. There are many jobs in accounting and finance that are like this. Generally speaking, the chief financial officer of organizations is an accountant. And there are many other positions within the finance teams of organizations, within the big four accounting firms, and many other places where you have to have an accounting qualification. It's also of benefit to you in the more general sense. If you go into general management or strategy, having the background as an accountant means that you're seen by everybody as very numerate, very good at decision making and making decisions on the basis of quantitative information. So, as well as expanding your career options, you can also access higher level positions. There are blocks in organizations where you can't get past unless you have an accounting qualification. An accounting qualification is also a long-term investment in your career. And by doing this program and then afterwards getting an accounting qualification, you're making a long-term investment that will pay off over, the whole scale, the whole time of your career, maybe, 30 years. You'll probably have higher earnings, better access to promotions, and a lot of other benefits to having that qualification. Accounting is also one area where there's a fairly clear career path. If you want to go into accounting services, there are many organizations that recruit at the graduate level for accountancy services. The big four certainly recruit, and also, a lot of the smaller accounting organizations, the smaller accounting firms also recruit at graduate level, and then have a reasonably clear path how you can progress through both your qualification path and also, your career path. Accounting is something that has a lot of international options. Accounting does vary across jurisdictions in terms of taxation and things like that, but many other aspects of accounting, like management accounting and auditing, are pretty much the same internationally. So your qualification travels with you in many ways. As you'll see later on, we have a number of accounting qualifications on offer here, and all of them have international, recognition. They're not just for one country. Okay, so the first program that I'm going to talk about is the MAC program. Now, the MAC program is quite a high-level accounting program. There's an expert team of lecturers on this program. I think it's one of the big benefits of this program that there are great lectures on it. They will get you through advanced accounting material very well. Hopefully, you would get through your professional exams very quickly after that and without difficulty. Many students do the MAC for this reason. They don't. They want to do advanced accounting exams in a university setting rather than in while they're working at the same time. It's also a master's degree from a university with top accreditations and rankings. So, as well as being an accountant, you will have a master's degree from a university that is internationally recognized. We have accreditations from the AACSB, Equus, and our MBA program is ranked by the FT and things like that. So it's a university with brand recognition, which gives you an additional boost uh, on top of your accounting qualification and puts you in a position where you can you have better qualifications than somebody that just has an undergraduate degree and an accounting qualification. The MAC has quite a small class size, usually from 30 to 50. So, it's a very small, friendly class, and you get good attention from the lecturers and the support staff. The MAC has a very impressive network of alumni. We have a lot of Big Four partners, people in the finance industries, people who are CEOs or CFOs of publicly listed companies. And, the accounting profession in Ireland, at least, at the top levels, is quite heavily dominated by our graduates here from UCD. So it's a very high prestige and elite program that is recognized in the market as being something special in terms of an accounting qualification. The MAC will get you full CAP 2 exemptions from Chartered Accountants Ireland. So Chartered Accountants Ireland have two levels of exams, CAP 1 and CAP 2. Now, to get into the program, you must have CAP 1. Okay, so whatever degree you've done in the past has got to get you exemptions from CAP 1, or you have to have done CAP 1 in the past. And then the MAC will get you full CAP 2 exemptions, and then you move on to the final admitting exam of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Ireland. And we, generally speaking, have 100% pass rate in those final exams for our MAC graduates. That is much higher than the general pass rate in the final admitting exam. You will study advanced material and financial reporting, tax, sustainability reporting, machine learning, and AI. I actually do the machine learning and AI part of the program, and there's more technology as well. There's more modules on data analytics as well as that. So it's not just doing the accounting exams. You're doing a extra material which will be of benefit to you and your career. The accountancy industry is crying out for people who both have accounting expertise and also expertise in machine learning, AI, sustainability reporting, and all these other things. The entry, you have to have a GPA of 3.3 in UCD terms or the equivalent of that from your own university, and you have to have Cap 1 exemptions. So we can only admit you to the program if you have Cap 1 exemptions. And, if you want to ask questions about this, then maybe we can deal with those at the end of the webinar. So what would the qualification route look like for an MAC? You would be doing your undergraduate, your final year, 24, 25, or sorry, it should be 25, 26 now. Then you would move on to the MAC for 1 year. If you go into one of the big four firms, and most of our students on the MAC are already sponsored by the big four firms, so most of them already have a place in the big four firms. Year one, you have no exams. You can just concentrate on work in the big four. Year two, you will do your final admitting exam, and all being well, then year three, your contract finishes in September, October, and then you're free to either leave the big four firm or stay there and obviously get promoted quite quickly at that point once you're completely finished your exams. That you can see here, this is how it would work if you go in direct after your degree. You have to do an additional exam back here, Cap 2. You do the same FAE slightly earlier. And then you have your contract is basically 6 months shorter than the MAC route. I see Ben has a question there. We'll maybe just move on and we'll deal with the questions at the end. These are the modules on the MAC. Auditing and assurance, taxes, financial reporting, management accounting. As you can see, trimester 1 and trimester 2 are mainly the core modules that are necessary for all the Cap 2 exemptions you'll be getting. Then in semester 3, trimester 3, which is the summer trimester, that is where you kind of put on the extra material that the MAC gives you that maybe doing the Cap 2 exams does not. Things like strategic finance, AI and machine learning, financial data technology, sustainability reporting and analysis, and the taxation summer school, which is about advanced taxation, how to research taxation issues. Okay, so that's a brief introduction to the MAC, and maybe we'll have some questions on that later. The MSc is a different program, the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management. It's maybe a more flexible program than the MAC. The kind of things we do are, accounting practice, finance, sustainability, sustainable business and reporting, and analytics and AI. So we probably put more emphasis on those in this program than in the MAC. The exemptions here, we have exemptions from CIMA up to the strategic level. That's the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. We have Cap 1 exemptions from Chartered Accountants Ireland. So that is the first level of exams for Chartered Accounting Ireland. We have 9 ACCA exemptions, and we have all the subjects at the applied level. So again, you would be moving on basically to the final exams of the ACCA. And the same as the MAC, you get a master's degree from a university with top accreditations. So, as well as the accounting qualification, which you'd be able to get after completing this degree, you also get a master's degree, which has recognition by itself from employers. This is the curriculum. There are some of the options that are shared with the MAC here in the summer trimester. And we cover finance, we cover management accounting, we cover financial accounting, and analytics, and also law and governance. And then I think I've spoken briefly about the option modules. They are similar to the MAC ones. There are some that the MAC have and some that the MSc have by themselves as well. So, how would the structure work here? Well, you do your final year undergraduate, you do your MSc in accounting and financial management. Then you would have year one of work experience, assuming ACCA here. You would no, sorry, this is incorrect. You don't have one exam at applied skills level. You have no exams at applied skills level. You move on to the strategic exams immediately in year one. And then year two, as long as you pass those exams, you have to do a year of work experience. And year three, also a year of work experience. If you have experience in the accounting industry before, you do this program, well, that may stand to you as well. So you can be qualified as an ACCA accountant the year after this program. We have very impressive industry links and alumni network. You know, all of the accounting industry come to the Smurfit School to recruit students. And, that's been going on for a long time. They know our programs, they know what kind of graduates that we produce. We have a lot of alumni that are working in, both Irish and international industry. So there's a lot of connections between the school and industry. Okay, so thank you very much. That's the formal part of the webinar over. I just have to find the questions now. Laura's probably been looking at some of them as well as we're going along.
We have, John. We've actually gotten some really great questions, and now is the chance. If anybody does have a question, you can post them into the Q&A, and we'll be happy to answer them. We actually have gotten a few admissions questions, so I might just go through them to start. So
Yep,
I
yeah,
know a lot of
sure.
students have been asking, when should I apply? So we are open for applications at the moment. So if you're thinking about joining us next September, we are taking applications at the moment, and you can apply directly through the UCD Smurfit website. I know John was mentioning there about the differences between the programs. So if the application though would be similar in terms of we need your academic transcript, so all the modules that you've studied and the grades you've received to date. We also need a CV as well, and two references. So your references can be academic or if you've done an internship or work experience. And we also need you to answer the two essay questions as well. So the essay questions on the application are why you're applying to this program. So to think about your career, what you'd like to do after the program. And then the other application question is why you're applying to this particular MSc program as well. So once you have given us your transcripts, your CV, the essay questions are complete, you submit the application then to admissions, and we will get back to you hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks. It just depends on the time of year you apply, but I know students have been asking when should I apply. So once you have decided what MSc program you'd like to apply for, make sure you submit your application because it's done on a rolling basis, and we're open at the moment for next year's applications starting September 2026. So I know we've gotten a few kind of admissions questions coming in there, John. We did have another question just about the program, so the accounting of financial management. Are there a lot of exams, or is it group work, continuous work as part of the MSc program?
It is mainly exams for both of the programs because of the exemptions that they receive. So most modules would have 70% exam. If if they're relevant for exemptions. Some of the summer modules that are not relevant for exemptions can be based on project work and other kinds of assessment. But no, unfortunately, I mean, this is the you're going, if you're going to do a program that gets this many exemptions from professional exams, then there are going to be a lot of formal exams involved in that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And
then
it's
just we had another question, sorry, here as well. Just in terms of the entry criteria, so it was mentioned the GPA of 3.3 for UCD students. So the equivalent of that in a percentage is 63%. But we
mm,
can in
mm.
admissions, we let the students know exactly what is required as well. So the main thing is to make sure that you're giving us your transcripts and your grades to date as well.
Yeah, and just to make clear as well, I don't think I put up the admission requirements for the MSc in Accounting and Financial Management. So that program, you need a 2.1 GPA or equivalent. And you also need to have done some accounting before in a business degree. But th those entry requirements are not as high as the MAC, because they don't, and they definitely do not include having to have, exemptions prior to coming on the program, which the MAC does. So just to make that clear.
Yeah.
And people
Um,
often ask as well, what do students from the MSc Accounting and Financial Management, what do they do after the program? Well, they do a wide variety of things, whereas most of the MACs go into the Big Four because they have contracts already set up to do that before they do the MAC. But the MSc students go into a wide variety of things. Some of them go into the Big Four. Some of them go into finance teams of companies in Ireland. We've had people go into Irish Life, Irish Water, Bank of Ireland, AIB, and a wide range of industrial and financial companies in Ireland. Some of them go into the IFSC, the International Financial Services Centre, where there are, a lot of positions for people with a financial background and an ability to pursue qualification with the accounting institutes. So that's the kind of things that people do.
Right, and we have another question. I might just answer this one in terms of scholarships. So, we do have scholarships available at the school, and they are listed on our website. So we're currently just updating the scholarship website, but they all will be open in the coming week. So you'll be able to see all the scholarships open soon now on our website. But we do have scholarships, but it is they are limited the amount that we can give. So unfortunately, not everybody will get a scholarship, and they are competitive as well. But they are listed on our website, and they will be all opening very soon. And sorry, John, we had another question just come in here, just about what is the demand like in Ireland for qualified accountants in terms of the career opportunities.
Well, it is quite good. We have a lot of international companies have their, at least their European headquarters here. We have a lot of tech companies. We have a lot of financial services. We have a lot of pharmaceutical companies. And of course, then we have the big four and all of the smaller accounting firms as well. So there is a healthy market for accountants here. It is a profession that, has been established here for a long time, and people understand what the abilities of an accountant are. Yeah, no, the market is healthy enough at the moment, at least. So certainly we are seeing our graduates moving on from the program and being able to access jobs. I mean, as part of the program as well, we have the various institutes come in and talk about their qualifications. Well, this would be on the MSc. and we have career fairs in Smurfit where employers come in and recruit directly with the students. And I will say that, Smurfit has an advantage, I think, in this way, that employers do recognize that a Smurfit qualification is, from the top business school in Ireland, and they do recognize that.
Thank you, John. And that's actually all our questions. So if anybody else has any questions, if they think of after the webinar, please do feel free to contact us in the admissions team. Our email is smurfit.admissions@ucd.ie. I'll just hand back over to you, John. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We're delighted you were able to, and email me directly if you have other questions, or smurfit.admissions, that's right, at
That's correct.
ucd.ie. So either me or Laura at Smurfit Admissions, and we will answer any questions that you have. So thank you very much.